Hi guys and welcome to another video. Today I don't really not know what we should do because it's kind of we have a lot of cars on sale and I don't really think we need, or I don't know how we could or what we should make more of, sort of. So we'll wait for a couple of years, probably until middle of 93, and I'll be back when it's 1993. So it's the middle of 1993. We lost the proper and the what was it called, the margin. Maybe it's one other car, but since we don't have a mid-size or a mid-size family car anymore, or a mid-size family car anymore, we are going to build a new one, and I think we're gonna use this body. Now, looking at it here, it has a bit, it looks a bit weird, but I think we can make it work. I saw earlier they have put a new Golf body, of course, Volkswagen Golf body, like an 88 body I think here or something. So I'm just guessing it doesn't make a lot of difference, so it will be fine. But we're gonna do McPherson strut front and torsion beam rear, just like the proper. I'm gonna go with the existing engine, and probably I don't think we're gonna go with this because this engine is really expensive to build. Cost almost the $2,000. I think we're still gonna use this and probably the standard, depending on how much we will open differentials, radials, hard long life, brakes, solid disc in the front, probably solid disc in the rear, aerodynamics, semi-clad, interior probably good, and do standard cassette, manual, hydraulic rack and pinion, standard advanced 90s, of the family demographic likes that. How do they like it? They like it a lot. We could probably put that at a cheaper price, maybe about 12,000. I will sell a lot of cars, it looks like, and I'll probably sell more than this. Rear brake first, front dampers, short gearing. Let's fix that. Short gearing's pretty easy. Still short gearing. 215. Yeah, that looks good. Let's do 200. Yeah, probably good. And we'll do rear tires are wide. They're 195, that's pretty wide. Let's put in at maybe 190s. No. Nope. How much do we understeer? Quite not a lot, but we'll put the rears down to 185. Rear brake force suffer very high. No, yeah, very high. Yep, it is. And front brake force is low. Guessing they suffer from fade as well. No, they don't actually. That's a bit weird. So we'll make the front a bit 290s, and the rear not make them bigger. That will make maybe like that. That should be good. Brake show slide fade. Let's make the rears bigger. And now they're happy. 60 probably, and how big are the wheels? Looking really small actually, even though they're 600s. I think that's probably pretty good, just the rear wheelhouse, that's really big. Rear front dampers, rear dampers, let's put them. Fix that, let's put it at normal reset. Cost because capacity is low. Fix that, maybe lift it a bit. pretty low, like that. Rear brake force very high, like that probably. Now, bit close, maybe 50. The front of stand is getting narrow. Well, it will be like that. But it's how... Okay, it's not a lot of space on the sides, but still, in front of the engine, there's how much space as... Yeah, we don't get it. But we'll make a bit of this. Probably, let's put it back a bit. Put this back a little bit, but just a tiny bit. Is this... I liked it when this was kinda dragged out like that. And we won't do that. We'll want kind of a slanted roof thingy. We make the rear a bit shorter. It looked pretty long. Make sure we don't have any fender flare thing. This is also a bit interesting, because usually it's always sort of the same body kit or wide body thing back to front, but on this car this body is pretty, don't know, quirk maybe? Maybe that's how you say it. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I want it pretty sharp, I think. As you may have guessed, I don't really like very round bodies and stuff. Prefer them a bit more, what's it called, with sharp edges and stuff. Like that. Put that back a little bit. I think it's probably pretty... it looks pretty good to me at least. And I think we're mostly done. But the roof... Isn't the roof line very high? Because I've learned sketching cars that body or the yeah, put it on screen what I mean, but that this should be about the bottom of the body up to the window should be about 2/3 or something, and the rest should be 1/3. Similar to that, it of course doesn't need to be that, but it looks a bit weird, as does this. Oh, it's interesting. So I'm not sure, don't think we'll use it, but it looks pretty cool. But again, what's that weird roof line? Now I think this looks better actually. So we'll keep it like that, and I'll design this car and probably tune it a bit, and I'll be back in a couple minutes. So guys, there we have it, designing the proper Mark II, and I'm pretty happy with it. It looks extremely boring, but it looks a lot newer than the other proper, and most other cars that we made actually. I put some level of detail into the interior. It's extremely basic, but that is sort of what it should be. So here we have the bit more luxurious version. It's the premium, and we've put it into this silver. I think it looks pretty good. And we got, of course, painted bumper and that kind of stuff. I think it also got a bit better interior. Don't know if it's any faster thing, but I think it got maybe a gear more or something like that. I don't remember because my brain is not the best, but it got this sort of raised hood thing. But I still think we put a bit better engine in it. Not sure though, but I have not a lot more to say. This one I think got the manual, but we made the automatic version as well, and we'll actually go ahead and not do that. But let's have a look at I think it's the base sedan. So here we have the sedan version of the what do you guys call it? In my country and I think Germany you call it combi, but I think you guys will call it something like station wagon or something. I have no idea, but this is the sedan version of the station wagon we just looked at, and I think it looks pretty good as well. Of course, basically no difference other than the rear end a bit here, so I don't know what to say really. Otherwise it's pretty much the exact same car as the station wagon, so let's get this thing into production. So we're gonna go to factory and we're gonna put it into a huge factory, huge large tree. Probably that one, and I think in probably the next video we should try and facelift the C-Tex, because it's still selling well, but it looks a bit outdated, I will say, although not totally. But yeah, let's work on that a bit in the next video. And I think minimum shift engine factors are overworked, so I think we're gonna go with put down that maybe. Wanna try, of course, try getting the factories to work a bit slower, probably until we got the better engine factory. I think we're gonna go down with automation a bit and increase the QA threshold, but that does nothing. Look, it's still incredibly overworked. So how should we go about doing this? I don't really know, but they will just have to be worked, and we're gonna have a look at potentially putting some engines into the right engine factory, or do that in the next video. We have time now. Gonna put this at competitive pricing. Holy shit, that's cheap, but of course we wanna make some profit at least. So let's put them at how much should we put them at? Probably the FMBE. Let's put that at, let's actually make that cost 8,000, 8,000, 10,000,
10,000, like that probably. And that's great for us if it at least tells what's the average budget of family budgets. 16,000, so that's yeah, plus or minus 8,000, so that's great if we put it at 8,000. And look at those good profits. I like seeing that. Billions in the third year. And 137 sales they expect. So that, if that's actually true, that will be absolutely amazing for us. I thought this car was absolutely dog shit. But maybe it's actually good. Or it's just tricking me to make me sad later. Wait, how? You guys just realized you guys don't see everything here, I think. So I'm gonna make this a bit better. Because for some reason it's like that probably. But let's have a look at the factories. In the factory, exactly, no project in this huge factory. So let's change that by putting the what engine does this have? I think that has the new engine. So we'll take this and how do you do this? Like that. And let's new engine facelift. And let's not do anything at all to this. And we'll put it into that. And we'll not produce it there. And we'll just put this engine in the cars later. Because I don't think we can put the engine that we're already selling in different factories, but so we'll do this. I think that's pretty good. So now it should definitely not be overworked. If we have it in 2 different factories. Have a look here, yeah, that's probably great. Let's put automation up even more. QA thresholds probably good. And that will be great. Let's sign it off and we'll have a look if it's better then. So I think that's good if we look down here in how many years? Just a couple of years. In the beginning of 94. So that's great. I think we're gonna have, if people actually like it as much as they do, or it said that we're gonna do, I think we're gonna get some company money. So that would be great. But I think it's at this moment that we're gonna have to end the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I certainly did recording it, and I hope I'll see you next time. Bye!